Let me just say that this has been a very trying last week for me. And I know that I shared with you guys about work and everything, but I'm at a point now where I'm in the irritated, angry phase. Well, what's up, everybody? It's Michaela, and welcome back to another episode of Not Your Average Tuesday, the podcast where we talk all things business, all things finance, and of course, all things Tomboy Tuesday. Now, my intro was not very good, and you can hear in my voice that I'm just very irritated. And I want this to just be a transparent podcast overall. And I'm just gonna keep being 100 with y'all and just letting y'all know how I feel and all of the things that are going on in my mind and that are making me feel away, that's making me feel sad, that's making me feel happy, that's making me feel excited. Now, last week I told you guys about work and how I was let go from my job and everything, and this is going on week 2. And I think I'm just now at the place where, like I said, I am irritated, and I won't even really say angry. I guess I'm just irritated and frustrated because I don't know what is happening. I don't know what God is working out for me. I don't know what my ancestors got planned for me, what they are in talks with God about, because your girl is just irritated. Like, just very irritated. And honestly, I thought that this would not happen to me until maybe like a month or something in. But no, this is week 2, and I'm really just feeling like, bro, what the fuck is going on? I'm really just at a place where I'm staying consistent. Like, everybody was telling me like, oh, just enjoy this time, just rest, and then get back to work. No, I have made a point and a promise to myself to stay on a schedule. So I'm literally waking up basically at the same time I was waking up when I was working, and continuing my day and basically I don't have an end to my day until I go to sleep. I'm literally working all day doing something. I don't care if it's my daggone taxes. I don't care if it's trying to figure out what kind of content to post for Shelf Theory Studio, how to, run an anniversary sale for Tomboy Tuesday, setting up my spring campaign. I just am working, like literally utilizing my time, because I keep saying to myself, and I keep having this conversation with God. I said, I've been saying for a while that I have been tired of my job and just tired of just being overworked and don't really feel appreciated. And I'm just like, I'm just so ready. I'm ready to go. And I feel as though I kept saying it, but I wasn't taking the steps to do it. And that is why God got me out of that space that I was in, because if He didn't do it, I wasn't going to do it on my own. And I am grateful for the push, but I also, the first thing I said when I found out everything that was going on, it was a lot of things going on in my head. I'm like, okay, I got bills, I need to get another job, like boom. But I also said, when I got done chemo, I literally got a job. I got done chemo May. I had a job by July. Like, I didn't give my body any time to rest, to just kind of decompress. I just went from literally one stressor to another, and I've been in it ever since then. So I said, you know what? This time I'm not going to rush. I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm going to make sure that I take the proper rest that I need to take, and I'm not going to rush anything. That is one of my biggest flaws, is that I always like to rush, and just I don't have any patience. Like, I know some people don't get into the zodiacs, and like, I'm not really too like, okay, but certain stuff that they say, like Aries fire signs do, especially the Aries, is no patience. That is me. God gave me a lot of things, but He did not give me patience, and I am I'm okay with that. I'm okay with admitting that, because it's something that I need to work on, and it's something that I have been working on. And I said, okay, so I'm gonna take some time, but I also said, you know what, God, I've been asking to work for myself and be a full-time entrepreneur for a long time. And I knew like, okay, year one, year two, year three, like, okay, it's not going to happen overnight, but eventually that is a space that I want to get to. So please give me the tools to do what I need to do to make that happen now that I have the time to do it. But also let me make sure that I prove to you that I really want it. So instead of me just sleeping in and not doing anything and just lollygagging basically, that's why I said, okay, I'm gonna keep myself on the schedule. So wake up still at the same time. Now I just work out in the morning and then I just get to work. I plan my week out. I know what I'm going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't even have a time to do it. I'm just doing it. As long as I'm checking every single thing off for that day, I'm happy. And I don't know. I just feel like I'm still just like, oh, like why? Yeah. I'm just so used to going to work. I'm just so used to going to put money in somebody else's pocket. Even though I'm getting money, I'm getting paid for my work. It's just like I'm putting money in somebody else's pocket and they just get to be a full-time entrepreneur and just have their money work for them passively. And I want to do that, you know? So I don't even know why. I don't know why I'm irritated. It's just a feeling, and I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm just gonna let myself feel all of the emotions and let it be what it's gonna be. But also, I have also been kind of doing a lot of just scrolling on my damn phone. It's the phones. It's the phones for real. Like people say it all the time, but it really is these goddamn phones, and I need to stop. I have a timer on my phone. Like I can't get on certain apps until 10 a.m. and then it shuts down at 10 p.m. But it's like, why I don't even need it to be till 10 p.m. Like I need to stop at like 8. For real, you know? So that's something that I just need to figure out. But I know one thing that I have been thinking about, and I was doing really good with it, but then I fell off, is scheduling my posts, scheduling my content, so I don't have to worry about like, oh my god, I didn't post today. So that is on my agenda for today and this week. So every day I'll probably try to schedule at least 3 posts, and then I'll make sure that Sunday is my day that I spend on getting the post ready for the week. And also getting back in my content bag, because I realize that people like to see me in the products for Tomboy Tuesday. They do like to see other people because they want to know, you know, the fit and the leg on different body types. But when it comes to like the styling videos and just like anything in that nature, they like to see me. So I'm gonna try to get back in front of the camera from that standpoint. But when it comes to, you know, photo shoots and things like that, I'm gonna leave that to the models, honey, because yeah, I don't know, I feel like I only do good when I'm doing it myself. And then like even when I do the photo shoots, I do be having like a big mirror in front, but it's different seeing it in a mirror versus being behind the camera and saying, okay, the hoodie is not laying right, or her hair is not fixed the right way, or this is not what I had on my Pinterest board for inspiration for this photo shoot. So but yeah, y'all, last week's emotion was humor. This week's emotion is irritation and in the space of not knowing. Okay, but you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be okay. But another thing is that I wanted to talk about too is your trademark. So I don't know what made me think about, oh child, because I was doing my damn taxes. And let me tell y'all something, that right there is irritating the fuck out of me too, because this is all my fault. I did the taxes and I had everything right, but then I got to the end and it was like, oh, you gotta pay. So I cleared everything and started over, because I'm like, I don't remember paying last year. And then I looked at my account and I freaking paid last year, and I actually was paying less than I did. No, I'm like, I was paying more this year than I did last year, but it was still just like I have to start all over. And then starting over, literally just the first time I started over, my numbers wasn't right. And then the second time I started over, it did not transfer over my stuff from 2024. So it was basically like I was starting from scratch, and I'm like, ugh, you know what? I kept saying, I'm gonna just stop. I'm gonna just decompress and I'm gonna just stop because this is irritating me and I don't want to be irritated doing this. It should not be this hard. And I still kept going. But after the second time, I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just start and then I'm just gonna continue working on it throughout the week. I'll have a month literally to file, so I'm just gonna take my time and do it little by little each day because, and it's really just the business side of it that is just stressing me out because I'm just like, bro. But this, let me tell you, this is where I messed up, and this is for anybody that's watching that has their own business and they're doing things on their own, their taxes or keeping track of their numbers. Please make sure that you are keeping track of your numbers. And when I say your numbers, I mean how much you're spending on inventory, how much you're spending on gas, how much you're spending on, your website, for your domain, for your email. Like, every single thing you need to do it. If you go to out of state pop up, keep your receipts for your tolls. Now, I was doing it last year. I got really good with it, but the previous years I wasn't doing good. So now I have like a sheet, and if you don't have Excel or don't have access to Microsoft Office, Canva is your best friend, and literally just columns, boom, boom, boom. January, February, March, April, all the way through December. Food, gas, inventory, Shopify, Klaviyo, marketing. Literally make a category for each, and each month that you spend something, you need to be doing it daily. Like at least every 2 weeks or anytime you spend money for your business, go in that sheet and update it so that way you're not scrambling at the end of the year like, oh, it's tax time and I don't have my stuff ready for my taxes. And then another thing too that I messed up on my taxes last year, they asked me what was your beginning inventory value of the year, and then what was the value of your inventory at the end of the year. I did not do that. So what they mean and what they want you to do is basically say it's two different methods that you could do. You could do the actual, it was like a common something method, and then a simplified way. What you need to do basically is at the beginning of the year, so January 1st, you need to go through your inventory. If you have a website, it'll be super easy. Go to your products, see how many of the product you have. You got 20 of these items and they're $10 each. You do 20 items times $10. That's the value of that inventory. You do that for every single thing. You tally it all up so you could just have the total of your overall inventory, and that is the number that they're asking you for. So if you have 5 items and they all total up to $10,000, that is your beginning inventory for the year. Now, when you get to December, you have to do it again and basically just get that number. And then if you add products, you need to make sure that you add the new products and that you add it throughout the year, and just get that number for the end of the year. Basically, so they can see like, this is how much you started with, and then this is how much you finished with. Did you make money? Did you lose money? Or did you break even? And I have not done that. I literally did that yesterday because I said, okay, next year when it comes to tax time, I gotta make sure these things is right, because I don't feel that I'm getting all of the money that I should be getting. Because when you do your business taxes, everybody just says, you just write it off. Like, you just write it off to the write-off people. I don't know who the write-off people are, but you just write it off. You went out to eat and you use your business credit card or you use your business card. Okay, I'm gonna just write it off. I'll get the money back. But what you really need to do, honestly, is just make sure. I'm losing my train of thought, child. You just need to make sure that you can account for everything, and then you have everything. I know why I just lost my train of thought, and it was really something important. It was about when you write your stuff off. You just, I don't know, y'all. I don't even know. I'm drawing a freaking blank. I hate when that happens, and it was something important too, but it'll come to me. Um, so yeah, I'm getting better. I'm going to do better with that starting 2026. And you know, you live and you learn. It is what it is, but you know, you'll see, and then it'll also give you kind of like, and for me personally, it has given me like, okay, I have this many items that's worth this much money. This is not a lot of, like, I could sell these pieces. I should not be sitting on these pieces. But it also shows me like, okay, I am sitting on a lot of money. Like, I'm sitting on a lot of money, and I need to get it out to the people. I gotta stop playing small. And when you see that number of how much your inventory is valued at, and you just like, bro, I could have this much money right now. Say if you decide, like for me, I'm gonna speak for myself. I am not adding any more products until I sell the sweatsuits, and then like basically I need to sell what I have, and I'm just going to start fresh. Because there's just some things that I have, done, and I've learned mistakes I've made, and I'm going to apply them into a new season of Tomboy Tuesday. So when I seen that, I'm just like, yo, I got 5 items or something. Why am I not getting these 5? Like, I should not have these 5 items. Let's get it out. You feel what I'm saying? Like, what do I need to do? I'm not going to lower the price on some of the items, but it's just like, okay, and then this also helps me with Shelf Theory Studio as well, because I speak on one of my packages for pop-ups, and I basically would give you an audit, and we would just kind of go through your inventory and see what is important. I know, okay, if you have a lot of an item and it's just like, okay, I have this item, I have time to sell it, you want to get rid of the smaller things. So I have 5 I Love Tomboy tees left. So the next pop-up I do, I'm going to make sure that that is a focal piece for me, so I can get rid of them, get rid of that inventory. I know when I did, what was the last pop-up that I did? Not Fashionably Black. I think the last one what was it? Retail in the City. When I did Retail in the City, I said, okay, I have 5 of these, or I think I had like maybe 3 of the all over logo stock and black left. I'm not going to put out the solid black Tomboy crew stock. You feel me? I don't even want them to know that I have an all black one. I want to sell these 3, and I sold those 3. So, like, I think I said this before. When you give people kind of like too many options, it kind of just like, okay, it overwhelms them, especially like on the table. So it's good to just be like, okay, let me just focus on the things that I know I could get out. So I have a pop up on March the 29th at Social at Main in Smyrna, Delaware. Make sure you guys come out. It's a free event from 1 to 4 on March the 29th. It is a Sunday. And so I know the items that I'm going to focus on. So the emblem snapback, because I don't have that many of those left. The I Love Tomboys tee. And then obviously I'm going to be running a special on the sweatsuits, the beanies, and things of that nature. But then also, when you see how much your inventory is valued at, you can kind of gauge on how you want to run your sales. So if you are constantly, okay, I'm going to just do 50% off, 50% off, 50% off, and then you look at how much your inventory is valued at, you're just like, do I want to cut that in half, or do I want majority of this money to come in? So that's something to look at as well. I know that's something that I'm going to be looking at, because right now I have the sweatsuits for $160, and I'm going to be putting just like this whole fall winter collection on a sale. I just don't know what kind of sale yet for our anniversary sale. And then it gives you a chance to see what the hell is not selling. And I know for me, I am sitting on probably about like $700 of like the kid t-shirts and the kid socks. Actually, let's see, I could tell you exactly how much I'm sitting on for the kids t-shirts and the kid socks, and what the hell I have in mind to do with that. Okay, so let's see, I have 77 mini Tomboy crew socks at $8 each, so that is 77 times 8 is 616, and then I have the mini Tomboy tee. I have 16 available at $7. Uh, so that's 616, and then what did I say? 16 times 7. $728 of kids merchandise that I'm sitting on. Now the price can literally go no lower. Like literally it could go no lower. And the only thing I can do, because I'm afraid to post it on social media just because I feel like that's on my page was taken down, because it literally happened like right after I posted the kids, even though I posted the kids before. But I also think I was just hacked too. But we're gonna leave that alone until my emotions get me to a stage where I can talk about it without getting mad. So 700, what I say, $728. So I need to do a pop-up, like a back to school pop-up. That's really what I need to do. I need to find me one, probably in the like August, September, and literally just take that. I don't have nothing for the moms. I ain't got nothing for nobody else. I'm literally just finding a back to school pop-up, and that's it. Here you go. A sock and a shirt, $15. And that's it. So that is on my agenda for 2026, because I'm tired of seeing it in my closet. Like, I'm literally just tired of looking at it. And, you know, like I said, you make mistakes, you live and you learn. I should have never did the kids merchandise because my target audience is not kids. And I should have not did as many. How many socks did I say I had? Yeah, because I had to get 100. This is before me and my vendor was sock vendor was kind of locked in, because now she'll give me like 50 if I say like, oh, I want to do a limited edition color or something. She'll work with me, but that was, at that time, we were just not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it is what it is. You live and you learn, and I'm gonna figure it out. But yeah, for sure. And even if I can do a couple, because usually like the back to school or like the kids things, they don't really cost that much. So, and I know a couple of people that do have one for the summertime, and I know it was one that I was gonna do, but they wanted kid entrepreneurs. And let me tell you something. I don't have no kid entrepreneurs in my family, but I got nieces and I got nephews. Y'all come with me. Y'all gonna promote this daggone Tomboy Tuesday, okay? And I'm gonna give y'all some money for helping me out, cause I need to get this stuff out of my face. Like I said, I'm tired of looking at it. But another thing that is kind of like getting to me is I am tired of business, honestly. I'm just tired of it. I feel like it is a very, very tricky space that we are in right now. And I can speak for a lot of small business owners when I say this. Like, hold please. This is what happens when you have to do two things. This is what happens when you have to do two things at the same time. You gotta get one angle for long content format, and then you gotta get them on for YouTube. But basically, can I move this down somewhere? Where does it go? Okay. So basically, what I was saying is sometimes it gets to a point where I just want to stop. I just want to quit. Like, I just don't even want to do it. And I hate that I am getting into that space, because it's just like, girl, what are you talking about? What do you mean? But sometimes it's hard. It's really, really hard. And then we think of the economy and everything that's going on right now, and you just be like, you know what? It would just be so much easier to just stop everything and go to the job. And let somebody else deal with the fallout. But then for me, what really resonates with me is the fact that when you have a job, unless you're like a nurse, a doctor, a dentist, you know, something that's like in the medical field, or something that like construction, like you are kind of disposable. Like, you are kind of winging it. Like, somebody else has their fate in your hands. And for me, it's like, do I even want to deal with that? You know, at least if I work for myself, then I know that I don't have to worry about nobody firing me. I do the hiring, I do the firing. And I think one of the biggest lessons that I have learned in this 2 week period, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier, is that you are your own boss. You are in charge of yourself. Nobody's going to tell you, get up. You got to make the content. You got to make the posts. You got to send the emails. You are in charge of you, and you are responsible for the success of your business. So if you quit now, it's like, what was the point? Why did you even start? You feel what I'm saying? I know sometimes it's okay to let go if you don't feel that you're fulfilling your purpose, but I'm in my purpose. And I feel like if I leave, I'm leaving a whole bunch of women hanging who really resonate and relate to Tomboy Tuesday. I already reached 6,000 plus people before. I'm going to reach double that this second time around. So it's just like, I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going for me. I gotta keep going for all the damn money I spent. All the late nights, all the pop-ups, just everything. All the hustling that I did. Like, I gotta keep going. It's no way that I could do anything but keep going. But it does get hard. But y'all, I know everything is gonna be okay. I have faith. I'm not stressed. I just honestly just been appreciating it, and I think it's so funny because I always just say, because people always like, you don't. I would always say to people, like, I love Housewives, like Atlanta. That's my number one. But I just love watching Housewives. Like, I'm a Bravo girly, and I'm like, I just want to be a housewife so bad. Hey baby, I'm in a housewife. Like, literally just being a housewife, just stay cold, but just like, dinner's ready when you get home. Even though dinner was always ready, but it's just like, now I'm just washing the clothes and cleaning the bathroom and cleaning the kitchen and folding the clothes, and dinner is going in at a certain time so it could be done at a certain time. Like, it's just, I'm enjoying it, honestly. Like I said, I know I spoke earlier just about being frustrated and everything, and annoyed, but I mean, that's what comes with it. I think this has been so far like okay with me because I'm allowing myself to feel the emotions, because I know before I would probably just be like, like, I'm gonna just suck it up. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna tell nobody how I feel. I'm not gonna express my anger, my frustration, or my sadness. But now I'm doing it, and now I think it's good. I think it's helping me. This is my kind of, form of therapy. And I've been walking, and walking has been giving me a lot of clarity. I put on my inspirational podcast, and I just walk. And sometimes I've been walking for like an hour and a half. I've been walking for like an hour and a half and be forgetting that. I'm like, oh, I got things to do, So, but also when it is time for me to rest, I'll take a rest. Like, it's 10 o'clock right now, and I actually am really tired, but I have like 2 more things that I want to do before I could just say, okay, let me take a little break. Let me eat some tuna, make a little tuna sandwich or something, and pick back up where I left off. But I just want to, encourage everybody who is kind of going through a funk right now, or just not feeling it, or feeling like they want to quit. You have to remember your why, and you just have to remember, like, you are doing this for your future self, and your future self will thank you for not giving up. Everything that you want is on the other side of fear, is on the other side of doubt, it's on the other side of wanting to quit and wanting to give up. And once you get over those hurdles and obstacles and feelings of, emotion, you'll be okay. And I have posted on my story a video of Cheryl Lee Ralph, and she spoke something that really resonated with me. She said, I don't compete and I don't compare myself with other people, because the only person that loses in the end is me. I'm too busy worrying about what the next person is doing and comparing my level 5 to their level 25, and it's just like it's taking time away from the things that I could be working on. If you ain't getting no likes, that's fine. Keep posting. Somebody sees you. You're not getting no sales, that's fine. Keep posting. Somebody sees you. We know what's going on with the economy right now, and this whole just everything, the administration, just everything. And you know, people are holding on to their money more than ever, as they should, as they absolutely should. But there's going to come a time. It's tax time right now. There's gonna come a time when people say, okay, you know, I have a little bit of money to spend, and I keep seeing Michaela post these Tomboy Tuesdays, these specials, these deals, or even if it's not a deal, I just want to get a pair of socks. I know that she's there. I know that she's available. You gotta stay top of mind. It's so many people in this field. You have to stay top of mind. Even if you keep posting the same damn thing every week, just stay top of mind. Like, you don't ever want to go ghost. And if you need to take a break, because I've done it before, if you need to take a break, you know, that's where the scheduling your content comes in. So you don't even have to worry about it. It's just already posting. Even if it's 3 posts a week, it's already there, and people are still seeing you. So just be encouraged, and you know, reach out to me. I have a lot of wisdom, and I don't mind sharing it. And we could talk, and we could laugh, and we could just vent, you know. But yeah, I can't wait to have a guest on here so we could just, you know, chat about the things. Like I said, March 29th, it's a Sunday, it's my next pop-up in Smyrna, Delaware. So make sure you guys come out and support. The last one was really good. It was a really good turnout. Everybody came after church and was just, you know, in a good mood. So I'm really expecting God to show up and show out for this pop-up. Not just for me, but for everybody that's going to be there. The weather's going to be good. I'm not worried, and it's going to be a good day. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of A Not Your Average Tuesday. I will see you next Tuesday. And you remember, on every Tuesday, I need you to remember something. It is not an average Tuesday. It is a Tomboy Tuesday. Throw on your Tomboy shit, throw on your sweatsuit, throw on your dress and sneakers, throw on your snapback, throw on your cargos and your tank, and go have a great Tuesday. See y'all.